Looking out the sliding glass door, when I would have enough of the clicking of the TV, and I'd look out the sliding glass door, and my backyard that's not particularly big in this little suburban house in San Jose, but I'm lucky enough to have some nice trees, flowers, and orange tree, and apple tree, and cherry trees, and which are all in bloom and blossom, and very beautiful, and the wind blowing through the leaves and grass, and I would look out there, and it would just be like, oh, it's not all crazy. You know? The other 99% of the world's very sane. It's just us. By and large. We're the crazy ones. You know, out there you look out the window, it's not so crazy. You know, it's not so crazy. Even the squirrels aren't so crazy. The damn squirrel has me trained. I have a squirrel that comes into the backyard. I don't know if this is interesting, but... And we think we're so smart, don't we? Human beings. We think we're so smart. And this squirrel has me trained every time he does a little dance in front of the sliding glass door that I'm supposed to go up and get nuts. Right? So I see the squirrel, it does this little, and if I don't get it the first few times, then the squirrel stretches up on the door, on the sliding glass door like this with his little paws, and actually gets his little paws and fists and bangs on the door. Like, you stupid human idiot, don't you get it? You know, I'm out here doing the cha-cha and you're still not, you know. And so, you know, almost every day at some point the squirrel comes up and I get it nuts. And of course, as soon as I open the door, it has to do what it's supposed to do, which is be scared. And so it runs up on the fence like I'm going to kill it. And as soon as it gets to the fence, it turns back as if to say, well, put the nuts out, dummy. And then I put the nuts out and I close the door, and there's literally 6 inches between the door and the nuts and my face, and I close the door and the squirrel comes up and eats the nuts 6 inches away. The squirrel's not at all afraid of me, you know. It's just a game we play. So I thought, gosh, we humans are amazingly trainable. You know, the squirrels got me trained. So like a human being, I've got to continue to think I'm superior, so I named the squirrel Ding Dong. And so even my wife will tell me if I'm in the other room, you know, Adya, Ding Dong's here. And then I have to go out and feed the squirrel. So I think, my God, we get conditioned fast, you know? But you know, there's something more sane about that than just about anything else that's going on. There's something much more beautiful about it than just about everything else that's going on. There's something more true than the God knows how many hours of news I watched on TV, which there's nothing actually true going on there. Wow. Look out my window, beautiful truth. The dance me and the squirrel have going, more reality, more something of substance going on than in all those programs that pretend to have substance but don't. And so I'm really glad that squirrel keeps teaching me that TV is not as nearly as important as his nuts in the morning. And when I would have it being entertained, realizing I'm not being entertained, so I'd realize that I'm actually not being entertained, and then I'd turn the TV off, because it's not actually entertaining. After you flip around and you don't stop at anything for about 3 hours, you start to get the idea that it's actually not entertaining. And so you click it off, click. And immediately, when it clicks off, there's truth again. Doesn't mean I won't turn it back on later. But I know where the truth is.